Hello YouTube, thank you for joining me, and today we're going to talk about a Kopack Anti-Theft Travel Backpack I just got from Amazon. We're going to do a little quick review. Please stay tuned. Here's the intro. Thank you for joining me. So today we're going to talk about this backpack here. Just got it from Amazon. It is a cheap backpack, but definitely within budget. It's currently Amazon has it at $41.99. This is a large, they call it gray black. It's actually a dark gray backpack. So if you're looking for a black backpack, this is not it. They have a light gray, which is very light, or a black gray, or gray black. And this is actually a dark gray. So what makes it an anti-theft backpack? Well, the design. The design of a anti-theft backpack means that there are no pockets on the outside. Everything is either pressed up against your body or on the inside of it. So that's what makes it anti-theft, and it kind of has a shell design. However, this is all fabric. This is not hard, which is good because it gives you the ability to customize it, which I'll be customizing this, so that's perfectly fine. It definitely meets my needs. You get what you paid for. However, I'm looking at the stitching. It is definitely single stitched all around, so it's not double stitched. And when it came, it also came in the box, but it came in a nice plastic bag. And even in the bag it says made in China, so you know that this is a Chinese bag, and which is perfectly okay, nothing wrong with that. Keep the plastic bag though, because you can use it to make it smell however you want. If any mold or anything gets on it, you can wash it off, then put it in the plastic bag, put a couple drops of essential oil, and just refumigate and reabsorb the bag. So that's just cleaning, maintaining the bag, and I'll do some videos on that as well as I'm editing and making this bag, so that way everyone can see exactly what I'm doing to this bag. So the first thing you see, besides the color and to make sure that it is the bag that you ordered, is this logo here, which is okay because this is a fabric and you could pop a patch on it and then put whatever logo you want on it. So that's definitely something that a lot of people will probably customize and do with this particular bag. Another feature is this line going on this little S line. Now that's really good because late at night people want to see you. They can see you. This is a nice little reflective line here. Now they also advertise that this is water repellent. Yes. Now water repellent, it means nothing. Water is going to bead up on any material, and that's basically what it's saying. It's going to bead up on this material. So this is not waterproof. What will happen is the water will bead up, and then you could brush it off. But if the water sits there for about 5-10 minutes, it will absorb, and that is completely understandable. Not many backpacks are considered waterproof. The ones that are waterproof have a bladder associated to them. They are upwards $200. Also, this is single stitched. If you want a good quality stitch, you're going to be spending more than $200 for a backpack. This is a very cheap backpack for what it is, and it's a good quality backpack for the price on which you get it for. The price, also I'll put a link to this backpack into the description down below. So everyone knows that this backpack is not like the top of the line backpack for security and anti-theft. However, it is ideal for a backpack that somebody is going to be on a budget for, and wants to customize it and do some really cool things to it. So, continuing on, let's talk about the dimensions. Now, the descriptions has dimensions in it. However, the name, the title, the description on Amazon is definitely a translated English from Mandarin. So it's kind of broken English. You gotta kind of read it. That's perfectly okay. Again, you're getting what you paid for, and that was probably an oversight. So we're going to use this, and we're going to find out how tall this is. So the length or the height is 20.5. Pretty good. Let's do it in centimeters. For the people that are across the seas or want to know or measure things on centimeters. So in centimeters, it looks like it's 51 centimeters. Now, that's just going from top to bottom right here. So you saw how I did that. And now we're just going to do the bottom, the base, and we'll do this in inches. The base looks to be about 13. Yeah, let's just say 13 inches. Centimeters, 33. I'm using this felt tape measure, so that way we can actually give it a little bit more going all around here. Give it a little bit more measurements, and that's completely around the base. I'll just make sure this goes all around here. Snitch this up. And we are looking at 58 inches, or 58 inches, or 148 centimeters. So that's all the way around. From that, you can actually gauge how much space is on the inside of this, and I'll put that down somewhere in the video. Sorry if it's a little blurry. I'm actually using a webcam for this. Now, they also advertise that this has a anti-scratch material, which, okay, so that means that you can't scratch it and it won't fray, which is good. Anti-theft backpacks, when you get a little bit more expensive, they actually have the name or title, or they'll have the description being that it's like scrape proof or slash proof, where people won't go up to it and cut it with a knife. I think that's a little overzealous, because everyone knows that if you sharpen a knife to a 10-degree edge, or even better, like a scalpel, you'll be able to cut anything. And definitely a bag like this has a thicker coat, thicker material, so it'll be a little bit difficult to cut it with a regular pocket knife, which has a 45-degree edge, or a little bit lesser edge, between 45 and 10-degree edge. However, once you get to that 10-degree edge, it don't matter what type of material, if it's bendable, if it's not, even rubber, you can cut rubber pretty easily with a 10-degree edge. So really depends on the knife, and I think that some manufacturers are actually catching on, saying maybe we shouldn't say the exact words. So they've actually taken that down, or have made adjustments. This is all fabric. It does have some padding, but it does not have any type of resistance to stabbing or anything like that, which is good if you're going to be doing customizations, and then you can add that extra protection later. So we talked about no zippers, no pockets on the outside, simply because if you put pockets on the outside, people can get to it, and that kind of deters the whole premise of having an anti-theft bag. So with that in mind, let's go into this side. Immediately, we got this little tag here. It's just talking about quality and gives kind of a detailed description of warranty. I love it that manufacturers are starting to do this. It actually talks a little bit about it, and that it was actually checked and verified by a professional, or at least somebody that has been in the business long enough to know to include some type of quality control, and that's what this is. Now, I've already looked at the backpack, made sure that there were no seams ripped or anything like that. This is called the S. Well, they refer to it as a S kind of sloop down method here, strap. I don't think that that's actually accurate. It doesn't make an S. It's more of a straight down, but it does have this handle built into it. Now, some people like this, some people don't. You can always cut it off, add a little glue, double stitch it, and just get rid of it if you don't want it. Or if you want it and you like it, you can actually keep it. If the backpack does not have anything in it, this is going to be a nuisance. If the backpack has something in it, something heavy, this is going to slide down and it's going to protect your neck from other things like mosquitoes, or if you put anything on the top of your backpack. You could strap it onto this, and then this would actually bend up and over like that. And that's actually how it would ride, which is actually a little bit more comfortable. You got this a little further down. Let's talk about the straps themselves. There are no pockets on the pockets right here. On here, there's a little strap here that you could attach things to. Keep in mind, if you want a pocket, you can always stitch one in. You can actually just kind of take out the stitches here, put a little pocket, stitch right here, maybe even add a little zipper. Completely up to you. It's 100% customizable, including adding a feed tube or a water tube here for a water bladder. We'll get back to that. Now this is just a little buckle, and these are the straps that are tied in, and it has a little keeper strap for the buckle, so you can pull this down. I love these little pulls. Not too shabby about the straps here, but you can kind of tuck it in, make it a little bit nice and neat. You could even fold this like this, and then you can pop it in. So there are different options on definitely utilizing this. I personally would probably not use that. I would just make my own little wrap up at the top, stitch it here, or maybe even glue it here, so that way with a little Velcro, so I could open and close it and then snitch it up like that. So when it's not in use and easy to deploy, you just take it and you pull it. It'll undo itself, and that way it's not hinged or anything. But I digress. Now the first zipper pocket is going to be this side pocket here. On first inspection, the zipper did not look that great of quality, and I actually continue that suspicion. Now we're going to actually turn on the light here, so that way you can actually see in the pocket. Give it a moment to adjust. There we go. So with the light on, we're going to actually start opening up pockets. So this pocket here has its own little insert, and right away you could tell that it's going to be that plastic feely inside, which is both good and bad. It's good because it's resistant to several types of fungus and bacteria and water, and very easy to clean. Bad news is it's not that tough. If you want it tougher, you can always line it with a rubber inside. And the pocket itself is really not that big, but it's big enough for pretty much, it's a good sized pocket, and you can put pretty much anything that you would carry documents in. They advertise passport. I don't think I could fit my passport in that. The size of it, and just for speed's sake, I am just going to do everything in inches from now on. It is roughly 6 inches by, we'll just do it right here, 6 inches by 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 inches. So 6 by 3.5 inches. It's not that big of a pocket. Good for a wallet. Maybe I'll just say a wallet. An ID card with a lanyard, perhaps, but not really that big at all, which is completely okay, because it's going to be a side. Again, this is pressed up against your body. Whole point of an antivirus bag or anti-theft bag is that there are no pockets on the outside. Everything's pushed against your body, so no one can open anything. Moving around to the back piece of this bag, very hard channel here. That's supposed to be to protect the computer. And then you have this strap here, which kind of ties into, if you have a carry-on, you can just wrap this around the carry-on, or this could be your carry-on, and then you could take the bag, put this through the handle of the bag. That's all that this does. You can't, I tried, like, maybe this is like a go away. You could kind of put your bags like this and snitch it down. Maybe. I'm not really prone to doing that. It's pretty useless for that, but you could definitely do that. I could see doing that. Now, the back padding is very, very padded. It's almost like a cushioned seat, which will be good for the back. Nice cushioned seat. Then the next pocket is this big, huge pocket right here. Now, this pocket would fit a lot of things because it goes, this whole thing is a pocket. The zipper, however, itself is what's limiting what you can put in it. So the zipper itself is 9.5 inches. And again, it's that, not the best zipper, but you can care for these zippers. You could put a little wax on them, and then with the actual zipper itself, it's metal, but it's that cheap metal. You can snitch some cordage on it to make it easier. The actual zipper itself is a little bit harder to pull, especially if you decide to wear gloves in winter. Here in Wisconsin, we get a lot of winters, a long winter, and wearing gloves is a necessity. So, same fabric on the inside, but that's only on one side of the bag. On the other side, you have the same fabric that you have for the full bag, which is both good and bad, because this fabric, even though it's somewhat mold resistant, can still have mold and can still contain a smell. So stuff in this bag will need to, and you could definitely, again, seal it with a bladder or something to make it a little bit easier. And it goes all the way around here, so you get the full size of the pocket, which is 12.5 inches, almost a good foot there, by about, I would say, 5 3/4 of an inch in height and depth. Of course, this is prone to adjust simply because of how much you may have in it. So that's one thing nice about fabric, is that it is adjustable for that. Now, on further inspection, it has this little hole right on the side here that goes all the way in to the inside, and that's actually where you would feed a drink hose through. So that's interesting. You could have a drink hose with a bladder on the inside, snitch it up all the way up to the top, have it come through here, and then bite down, or you could have it go through this side if you want to. Also, they have this nice little name tag, which that'll be the first thing to go. But so that's the backpack there. Going further on the inside, and this is one of the reasons why I love the idea of the bag itself, and that is the initial compartment, the full-featured compartment on the inside. To get to it, however, you need to take your time in bending this over, otherwise it'll get caught on the zipper. It's great for concealing, but when you're trying to get to it, you want to pull it out. Now, also another thing is that this backpack here, for concealed carry, I don't think that it would be ideal, but there are options and ways that you can change it around to make it a good concealed carry. But for an everyday carry, chances are you'll probably have a concealed carry on you, and you can put your extra clips right in here or somewhere, maybe even in here if you have, depending on the size of your mag, maybe even put a couple clips here. So now the zippers themselves for the main pocket, give it a moment to adjust, has a lock right here on the zipper, which is good and bad. It's good because you could put a lock on there if you want to lock it. It's bad because I've also seen these actually break zippers. So same type of zipper, actually a little bit better quality zipper for the main compartment. This teeth is a little bit better. It's almost like a self-healing teeth. However, you definitely need some wax and some TLC on that. And this, again, it looks like metal, kind of feels like metal, but it's non-magnetic, so it's not metal. There's something funky going on with this regarding that. However, with that cinch, you can actually put some cordage, and then you can actually make a quick release and a quick lock on this, so that way that the bag itself on the main compartment does not open. Now, main compartment, I love the main compartment, I gotta say. So to open it, just pull this all the way down, and we take this and we go all the way around to the other side, all the way down. And the main compartment itself folds all the way out. So you have a complete view of the inside interior. And this is where you put all your stuff. So here we got nice good size for a tablet. We have another nice good size here for another laptop or another tablet. On the inside of this, there's a bubble padding, which is interesting. I actually believe that this may help If you put in a laptop that's a little bit hot, it'll help cool it. It also won't burn this plastic insert, and this is padded. It's about a 1/4 inch padding, and then you have the padding, of course, here with that heavy backing. One thing that I want to note is that there's no way to put anything on the back for the back of the unit. So if you want to put any projectile or any type of protection in this, what I would do is take the stitching out here. Again, it's only single stitch. Very easy to stitch up or restitch. Put your shield, ballistic shield in there, stitch it back up or glue it, and then you have a workable ballistic backing that you can use for defense. There's a company that actually will make customized backing, and I'll actually be ordering from them once I cut a piece of cardboard, get that in here, figure out the dimensions, how thick I want it, and then I'll send them my specs and see what they say. And I'll put a link to them down in the description in case you guys want to do the same, and future videos as well. So, in the main compartment, you just have those 2 compartments. Going down to depth, and in this case we're actually going to use a regular ruler, steel ruler. The first compartment is roughly, I like to say 7 3/4 straight down. So 7 3/4 straight down. Don't know if you could see that. I'll just pull this out a little bit further. So 7 3/4 straight down. And the second compartment, which goes all the way down to the bottom here, is 13 inches. So that's pretty good. 7 3/4, 13. And then both compartments are the same width because they're stitched right at the line here. So that is about 12 and a half. We'll just say 12 and a half. And the full height on the entire thing is about 18 inches. Probably fit this whole thing down there. Let's try that. Fit this whole thing straight down in there. Yep, 18 inches. I could put an 18-inch ruler in this. Pretty nice. So, and they call this a large backpack, by the way. My first impression was that this is not a large backpack, but that's what they call it. And it's pretty good. So you can actually hold it up straight up on a 90-degree angle, or you can lay it straight flat for a 180-degree angle. So let's talk about this compartment. And we're doing this on an 80-degree angle, or 180-degree angle, so that way we could talk about it. So the first thing about this compartment is this hole, right? Everybody's wondering about this hole. This hole comes right through to the other side, right through. So I'll use this. Nope. Let's see if we could find something that can fit it. I'll just use some extra cordage. Show you. Feed the cordage right through. This will be like feeding a line, right? So you can see it goes right through. Pull it right through. See? That's it. The little cordage, you can see that it just kind of goes right through. It's a good feature. And then right here is actually where you can put a bottle. So you can have a bottle line here. As for the bladder would probably just sit right there, depending on the size of the bladder. Otherwise, this is a good pocket for water bottle or Tabasco sauce. Just kind of show you. It has this reflective material, which, again, is nice that they put their logo on the inside, because you could kind of use it as a little reflectorate when you're seeing stuff. When it comes to actually utilizing that reflector, it's a little questionable. So we have this little bungee system here. It's not adjustable, you cannot adjust it, but it has this nice good stretch fabric. It's actually pretty decent stretch fabric, and they also include that stretch fabric through those options. You have the access to that side pocket for additional information or additional things, so that's nice. Looks like they have a nice baggie to keep water out, which is nice. Get that out. So the inside bag, we have an inside liner right here. Well, not a liner, rather, just inside backing, and you can see that there is some type of distance right there. So let's just see what that is. That is about 4 inches. About 4. And that's just basically the base of it. Keep in mind when this comes up, it's going to bend into that base, so that 4 inches is going to get a little bit less. And then we have, open this up, a pocket. First pocket, pretty big. Kind of has a little depth there too, because it's has a 1, 2, and then bend. So 1, 2, bend. Which, okay. Alright. Downside, we'll just put this all the way down. It's about 7 inches deep. So both of these pockets are about 7 inches deep. On the inside here, it's about 7 to 7.5. And I'm willing to bet that this is probably just the remainder. Yeah, it's about, I'll call that about 4.5. So, which is nice. These two here, I think maybe a pack of some sort would fit in here, but definitely interesting with the compartments. Put a lot of stuff, but here we have 4 snitches, so that we can actually put in, like, here's a, so you could put multiple things in there. Let's see, does this lighter even fit? Nope. What about the smallest? It fits a lighter. It's about the size of a small lighter. Yeah. So that's interesting, right? It has that on the inside. And then we have a pocket right up here. This pocket doesn't go all the way down, doesn't shoot all the way down, which, a little disappointed. But the depth of that pocket is 5 3/4, and the width, again, it's limited width here for some reason. This is actually going through the stitching, so you can actually just measure the zipper here. We'll just stitch this up, measure the actual zipper. It is 9 3/4. So 9 3/4. Don't know what we would put in this, but definitely something. And then you have this huge area here, flat, which is perfect for carrying other things as well. Keep in mind this is a gray man's pack. I'm going to turn it into a true gray man's pack, but it is an anti-theft backpack after all. Now, another thing to note about this particular backpack is that it is a, let's see, padded shoulder strap, show that. It advertises that it has an adjustable sleeve for different size Chromebooks. The adjustable sleeve is basically this right here, which, all honesty, they put a little rubber rivet right there. I'm going to actually take that off because that is about a good centimeter, 2 centimeters thick, and any thickness you add to this backpack is going to impede the actual use of it, so, and make it look a little bit disturbing. So I'm just going to take that off. But I'm going to leave this elastic strap because I do have tablets that are smaller than 18 inches. However, you can fit an 18-inch laptop in here. It'll just be very, very tight. And it may need to stretch out a little bit. Other than that, that's the review for the backpack. Post your questions, comments down below. This is my first review of this backpack and first review overall that I'll be posting. So tell me what you think.